With me is Sean Brennen, and you are All Things PR with the AMA Supercross. Coming to leg 2 of the Triple Crown must be awesome. And your circuit, well, actually it is a circus, because I mean, with all the acrobats that you have out here. But I mean, seriously, this circuit, watching these kids, the talent they have, it's very evident.
Yeah, these athletes are the best in the world. We have 13 different countries represented in Monster Energy Supercross this year. So sometimes, you know, growing up here in America, we take it for granted because it's right here. But if you're a kid growing up and dreaming about dirt bikes in Germany, Spain, France, Italy, you are dreaming to be right here like we are in Ford Field. This is as big as it gets in our sport. So yeah, it is. These are the best athletes in the world, not just here in the United States, but in the world.
Well, the bodies that these kids have, these kids are human shock absorbers, because there's no way a guy my age, you don't want to know how old I am, but there's no way, and I don't think you're going to be out here either. This is really a 20-something, early 30-something sport at most, to come out here, and because these kids, they use it all up. And now, as far as this Supercross circuit, in hockey, there are so many levels. I cover international hockey. I cover a lot of things.
Yep.
And to move up a level is really, really hard. Is it like that in Supercross too?
Absolutely. Most of these athletes have started riding and or doing some sort of racing.
I saw some of their bikes coming in today.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years of age. So there's a huge amateur program, and we actually started our Supercross Futures program. So at 10 rounds this year, if you are interested in learning how to really ride a Supercross track, our Supercross Futures program does that. But yes, you in this sport, you can become a professional at 16 years of age.
Wow.
So it is one of the youngest sports that you can actually be a pro. So some of the guys out here are 18, 19 years old in the 250 division, and then the 450, you know, the age range is average range maybe 22, 23 years of age.
That's amazing stuff. And what I like what you had to say, Sean, about your futures program, because now you're paving the way for the next Supercross riders coming out and teaching them the right way to ride safe, to ride competitive, and that.
Yep.
And anything else that I haven't thought about?
Well, what's really exciting about Supercross Futures is that it really divides a developmental platform not only for all riders, but for women. We would love to see more women racing in Supercross, and the Supercross Futures program allows that. So we're very excited about the future and bringing, you know, Supercross, it's an elite sport. It's not, you know, everywhere. So there's a lot of regional riders that race outdoors and they learn on outdoor tracks, but there's a big difference between riding an outdoor motocross track and a Supercross track. So that's why we want to bring the Supercross Futures program to folks. We're in every area of the country, 10 races, and that is an AMA National Championship as well.
That's outstanding to hear. And you know, a lot of people don't realize this. Like, I did a big special on Jack Roush around this time last year before the season started. His granddaughter is a drag racer, and she's 12, 13 years old. Now, they only do 80 miles an hour, not 300, but right. I mean, come on, you know. But what was really interesting was talking to Jack, talking to his daughter and his granddaughter. They say that there are far more female participants, and maybe in this sport, I think if you're going to really barrel out and get the next future of fans, that you're going to have to really have a cross representation of people living in America today.
Absolutely, and the ladies, we have a younger generation of ladies in between the 12 and 15 range right now that are fast. They can race with the boys. It's going to be really exciting in the next couple years.
And they're not only going to have their own heats, but they might be upsetting some of these guys too.
Yes.
Final question, on your circuit this year, there's been a couple guys, there's always a couple guys that dominate, but what do you think that we might see in the races this weekend based upon what's already happened in the first, 8 races this year? Or is this the 8th one?
This is the 8th one.
This is the 8th, so 7 so far.
So think about this. This is race number 8. We have changed leaders in the 450 class 6 times already in 7 races.
Wow.
So this is the tightest points race that we have had in history. Last week, Cooper Webb ended up overtaking Ken Roxon in the final turn, which was the closest photo finish in our 45-year.
2003, I was reading, yeah.
Yep.
And this Cooper Webb, I mean, this kid is like, he's like sliced bread. I mean, I guess this kid is really something else. And this Ken fella, this Ken Rosen, it doesn't appear as though he wants to give up his title. So you got a chance tomorrow. You like to see 2 heavyweights going at, well, the whole field, but you want to see heavyweights.
Yes.
This is a great time to see these two, because a sport always needs great riders, drivers, players, but you need a couple dominant people, because people love to see the top dog.
Absolutely. And Eli Tomac, Marvin Musquin, Justin Barsha. There's a whole nother list of guys that are right there as well. So Marvin Musquin hasn't won a race yet. Eli Tomac hasn't won a race yet. So, and then Ken Roxon, last week would have been his first win after coming back from horrific injuries. So from an athlete standpoint and overcoming injury, Ken Roxon shouldn't even be racing anymore. So that is really the comeback story of our sport and all sports. So he has been each week getting closer and closer, and it could be his race this week in Detroit. But he's got not only a win, but he's got a couple wins still coming as well.
So a lot of these guys, they want to eat, and they're going to be hungry tomorrow. And the second leg of the Triple Crown right here at Ford Field. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
I have been educated just a little bit today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Got it. Thanks. Thank you for your help. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm not boring, I can tell you.